Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. First thing out the gate today, I want to give a big shout out to Mary Jones Giampaolo. You are my very first donor on PayPal. I appreciate that very, very, very much. We are in this together, you know, and I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so yesterday I said that I did not expect the stock market to rise by 1,000 points. I was wrong. I admit that. I also said that I expect uh, the decline to continue today. So yesterday, yeah, the stock market rose by a little over 1,100 points. As of 9:55 a.m. today, the stock market had declined by 1,007 points. Now, of course, there's no way to know what the rest of the day is going to bring. Yesterday was highly volatile, and I expect today to be highly volatile, but probably not as volatile as yesterday. Part of what happened yesterday is that the Federal Reserve increased their repo market bailout to a level not previously seen. So they're just creating money out of thin air to loan out. So, of course, what happens there is that the banks pick up these loans, and then investors come in, borrow the money. They borrow the money for one day at 1% interest, annual interest, and then pay it back in one day. They don't pay any interest at all. So they come in, they borrow money, they buy up stock at cheap prices, they turn around today, they sell that stock at its current peak, they make a profit, squeeze the last bits, the last pennies out of the market. So they sell and pay off the loan. That's how it works. So just expect to continue to see this. It'll probably happen over and over again. But each decline is going to be equal to or greater than any increase that you see. Now, I said what is going on here is that the conditions that led to the decline still exist. In fact, those conditions are getting worse. At this point, retail outlets, stores, are sold out. Their shelves are starting to empty out like I had predicted was going to happen. So the shelves are empty. The warehouses are empty or well on their way to being empty. There are no more shipments coming in. We are not selling anything to China. Chances are the shipments have stopped from many outlets in other countries that rely on China for raw materials and or components. And as their sales drop, they're going to stop buying from us. So we're not selling anything out. We're not importing anything. Everything comes to a standstill. There's no place to go. When there's nothing left to sell, you don't need salespeople. You don't need stock people. You don't need truck drivers. You don't need delivery people. So the layoffs are coming. And when you get rid of all of those, then you've got all these people that are not paying taxes. So municipalities wind up having to lay off teachers and road repair crews and librarians and so on and so on and so on. because they don't have the money coming in to pay them. So this is the way that this all works together. The only people that are, making any money off of this are the rich ones. And even they are going to start seeing a loss from it. Another part of this is that oil continues a downward slide. Face the facts that shale oil and oil sands cost too much to extract the oil to be profitable at the current market price of oil. So chances are that production on those is going to stop. Now, I'm going to say these technologies, I'm not going to say they shouldn't exist. They should exist. But we shouldn't be utilizing them at this time, especially those two or fracking. Shale oil, tar sands oil, and fracking. We should not be utilizing these technologies, especially at the level that we are using right now. Wait a few years. Okay? These technologies either wouldn't be needed at all, or they may advance so that they're safer. We wouldn't be poisoning our air and our land and our water with these things, and might be more efficient and less costly, more cost effective to extract at some point if we even needed them. These technologies have not made us safer. They haven't ended any of our wars. They have, if anything, they have made us less safe because of the heightened tensions between us and Russia and Iran and Venezuela and so forth and so on. They don't make the average American wealthier. We're paying more and more money for more defense than ever. And what is it doing for us? It's not doing anything. Unless you're just chronically paranoid, you are not going to feel any safer. And chances are, even if you are chronically paranoid, you don't feel any safer than you did before all this got ramped up. 5 years ago, you were not afraid of Russia. 5 years ago, you were not afraid of Iran. 5 years ago, you were not afraid of North Korea. 5 years ago, you had no concern for Venezuela at all. And now you're terrified. Of what? What have they done to you? Have they threatened to bomb us? No, they have not. Not one of those countries has threatened to attack us in any way. So, and even with all the accusations about Russia, none of them are militaristic. They're not invading anybody, we are. We're the ones bombing 7 countries right now. We're the ones with military troops in 50 of 54 African nations. We're the ones threatening to invade Venezuela. We're the ones threatening to start a war with Iran. Okay? These countries need to be afraid of us. We don't need to be afraid of them. But, all of this ties together. Now, the value of the petrodollar is entirely dependent on the value of oil. And the trading of oil between countries. The lower the price of oil, well, there goes the petrodollar. These other countries, Saudi Arabia and Russia, they can defeat us without ever firing a shot, and this is exactly how. This is how the U.S. economy comes to an end. I mean, as a dominant economy, world economy. This is how it happens. You're watching it in real time. So I expect the market to continue sliding. Maybe it'll recover some today. Maybe it'll crash even worse than before. Let's wait and see. I don't know. I'm going to have to get some sleep at some point, and I'll just check the numbers when I wake up, and then maybe do another video tomorrow, but I won't be doing one tonight. I got to work. So anyway, if you can, please become a donor on PayPal. $1 a month is all that I ask. I'm going to continue fighting this fight for to keep us, dragging us, kicking and screaming to the left. I'm going to keep this going. I don't care who is elected. So if you can, help me with this. I'm just asking for $1 a month to expand my reach and to be able to continue doing more and more content. So thank you very much. I hope you have a good day. I'll post the link to PayPal below, and talk to you later.